you care for me.
Hey, and welcome back to the channel, and this is the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, and it is easily the best camera that they've ever released. And yes, I said camera because in my opinion, this is a camera first and a phone second. Now, don't get me wrong, this thing packs flagship specs from its gorgeous display to its super snappy processor. It's just as flashy or feature-packed as the S24 Ultra from Samsung. But that camera hardware though, it is next level, and you can tell that Xiaomi's partnership with Leica grows stronger and stronger each year. And it shows thanks to the new Summilux lenses on these phones. Now, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and notification bell. It's free, and you get to see all the new videos that I have coming up. With Google I/O coming, new Apple products on the horizon, you're not gonna wanna miss those videos. All right, so to give you guys my quick take on the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, to put it short and sweet, this phone is probably the phone that you're gonna wanna buy if you love creating content or just taking photos in general. The cameras on this phone are so versatile, and the quality from its photos make it look like it's shot using a mirrorless camera, and the videos are pretty incredible too, but we'll touch up on camera quality later in the video. So inside the 14 Ultra, you'll find the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor, which is the best of the best processor out for Android right now. It's ultra fast, super efficient, perfect for gaming and everyday tasks. Besides that though, it comes with a 5000 milliamp hour battery, which can fast charge up to 90 watts wired and 80 watts wirelessly, which is just bananas. The 14 Ultra also packs a massive 6.7-inch all-around liquid display, which is like semi-flat on the sides, but the four corners of the phone, there's a noticeable curve to them, which I really like. Now, this can get super bright up to 3000 nits, which is pretty insane because pretty sure the 15 Pro Max from Apple has a peak brightness of 2000 nits, and that's already bright. But this 3000 nits is extremely useful outdoors on a bright and sunny day. So before we talk about the camera module, I did want to talk a little bit more about its design here, because last year we saw that weird ramp design for the 13 Ultra, and while this 14 Ultra eliminated that ramp design, the overall phone is a little bit thicker, and that's not a bad thing. It's actually a lot better to hold, it's more comfortable, plus it really accentuates the camera module on the back. But yeah, the 14 Ultra is packing a quad camera setup here, 50 megapixel main sensor with a variable aperture up to f1.65 to f4. You also have a 50 megapixel ultra wide, a 50 megapixel 3.2x floating zoom lens, and last but not least, a 50 megapixel 5x super telephoto lens. And they're all using the 858 sensor from Sony. Now, the main wide camera, that 1-inch sensor, is using the new Lydia 900 1-inch sensor, and I promise you guys we'll talk more about these cameras in detail a little bit later. But before we talk about that, I just want to quickly talk about its performance and battery. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, this is using Qualcomm's newest processor, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is just super fast and very efficient when it comes to saving battery. So after using this for the past month, I can't say nothing but good things about its performance and battery life. And I know that every review that you probably watch about this phone are saying the same exact thing, but it really is the truth. Now, I can easily average about 7 hours of usage, and that's just mostly emails, going on social, watching videos, and playing a couple of different games, for example. Some days it'll be a lot shorter than that just because, I'll have the screen brightness way too high, or I was shooting with the phone all day. So it can really deplete the battery really quick if you're doing, more intensive tasks. But for me, this is really solid for a flagship, in my opinion. Okay, so the Xiaomi 14 Ultra, like I said in the beginning, is more of a camera rather than a smartphone. The much improved camera system here is really impressive, not just on the photography side of things, but also in video. The new 1-inch sensor that has a stepless aperture from f1.63 to f4 comes in really handy if you want to have more depth of field or less depth of field. Now, even if you're shooting at that f1.63 aperture, your shots are still going to look sharp because of the Summilux lenses, and at f4 it gets even sharper. But it's not sharp in a way where it's, digitally sharpened or over processed. It still has this distinct look to it where it looks like it's shot on a proper camera. Besides that, the three other focal lengths, the ultra-wide, 3.2x telephoto, and the 5x super telephoto lenses are also very impressive thanks to that same 50 megapixel sensor on all three focal lengths. Whether I was shooting on the ultra wide or the other two zoom lenses, shots look crisp, the colors look very identical, and I love shooting using the 3.2x and 5x zoom lens because it makes it feel like I'm using an actual prime lens with heavy compression that mimics a real portrait-like lens. So for the majority of the photos that you've been seeing in this video, most of them are actually shot using the 3.2x and 5x periscope zoom lenses. I do like using the 1x, but I prefer the compression and that crisp zoom effect on my photos. It's perfect for product photography, portraits, but if you like shooting, landscapes or street photography of some sort, that 1x 1-inch sensor will serve you just right. Now, over the last couple of weeks though, I started dabbling more into portrait mode, just, the normal portrait mode without all the lens effects. And I'm really loving how portrait mode looks on this phone because it kind of gives your photos a really artsy look with like-alike colors, and the bokeh it produces just looks so natural. Now, hopefully you guys can see from these sample photos the overall image clarity and I guess the photo processing that makes the 14 Ultra look like it's shot on a actual point and shoot camera or a mirrorless camera versus, a traditional smartphone. It really is hard to explain it in video what I'm trying to say, but it just doesn't have the traditional smartphone look or graininess from a smartphone that we're probably all used to when you peep and zoom into your photos. Now, Xiaomi also sent me their photography kit, which uses this USB-C grip and case that allows for a 67mm filter thread. And man, this is a game changer, seriously. This grip is awesome because it has this half-step focus shutter button. It has a dedicated exposure dial, a movie button, and a zoom rocker, and this just transforms the 14 Ultra to a proper camera. This combination is awesome. Now, as for its video quality, I actually got to see the 14 Ultra in action on a mock film set in Barcelona when Xiaomi invited me to MWC about a month ago. Their big push for this phone at that shoot was shooting in log, and while I do love me, some log profile to get the most dynamic range in a video, it's unfortunately capped to just the main 1x camera. I'm not exactly sure why we can't shoot log using ultra wide or the other two zoom lenses, but this is such a disappointment. And I hope that they can fix this via software updates, because why advertise or brag about something in a film set when you're limited to just one lens? Apple's 15 Pro can shoot log up to 4K 60 using all three lenses, so why can't this? But going back to its video quality though, videos out of the 14 Ultra looks amazing. Whether you're shooting in pro video mode or just the standard video mode, you're getting this portrait mode-like video all the time without all the software trickery because you have such big sensors with low apertures. And the 14 Ultra can also shoot up to 4K 120 with the main wide camera, which has a 6-minute record limit. But if you shoot 4K 60 using all four lenses, you don't have any record limit. Now, you guys tell me what you guys think of the video quality here. I think it's an awesome camera that can easily replace one of my mirrorless cameras for travel. If I didn't have the cameras that I have now, I'd probably use this phone to shoot my videos. No joke. I think it's that good, and if they can somehow fix the log issue, I think that'll be a real game changer. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Xiaomi 14 Ultra. I'm glad that Xiaomi finally released this flagship camera phone to the global market, which means you get Google services out of the box, you get quick share or nearby share instead of just me share, and I have access to Android Auto, which is dope. So to wrap it all up for you guys, if you're looking to step up your photos or videos and don't want to spend money on a mirrorless camera, a bunch of lenses, and a smartphone, this might be the way to go. At least with this, you get an incredible camera system for both photos and videos, and you're getting a beast of a phone with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 that'll for sure keep this phone running for the next 5 years. Anyways, that's been it for this video. If you guys did make it to the end, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps me make more videos like this. Thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.